Nityanandam,
No, you
we're
were
back
telling something.
again. Yes, this is part two. I'm hoping that you saw part one. Every time we sit, Ma,
Mm.
my question list gets longer, not
No, yeah,
shorter.
you were saying something. You were when I was
Yes,
sharing.
well, you were just sharing because I wanted to know. All of a sudden, I've become very curious. I want to know exactly why is Swamiji so attacked? Why is he suffering such abuse from people that don't even know him and who he is? And why are they so ready to demonize him? And you were explaining that you had a very close relationship with one of the very first public abusers of Swamiji, who was your ex-husband, Douglas McKellar. And I think what I was sharing just before the video started was I was looking at you in amazement because I'm fully aware of your, I'm cognizant of your level of intelligence, your intuition, your ability to read people and see their inner space. And I'm thinking, my God, how demonic was this individual that you could be so close to him and not see that he was so manipulative like that? That
That's a
actually
very
is
valid
very
question.
scary. It's a very scary thing.
But also, Ma, I want to tell you. See, when that happened, that was year 2007, 2008, about 3 years after I met Swamiji, and I was only about 1 year full time around Swamiji. What you're seeing me now is the woman which is being molded by Swamiji as a, whatever you describe, credit goes to him. That is how society raised me. Whatever happening under my nose, I was unaware. I was, literally living so stupid. But now, whatever you describe is the quality Swamiji has brought in me. After all that attack that has happened in my personal life, if it is not for Swamiji, that's what I was telling, any public, if you go and see general, nobody would have said, were you really married? Really? You went through? I mean, that's what. Nobody would even say, I've gone through this because of the healing Swamiji has given in me. I've seen enough women because I told you by practice, I've been practicing counseling, psychology. They will not come out of that anger.
And I have
See,
to say that this was the other thing I was thinking. I was thinking, my goodness, look at how freely she's talking about it. Just, no, I'm sensing no anger, no negative thought currents, nothing. You're just relating the facts as they happened. And so this is Swamiji you're telling.
who else
How
can
he,
give that?
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
know from psychology that cannot happen. By counseling, that cannot happen because I'm practicing that. People will go through this
Don't say
wound.
that.
See, anger.
It's bad for your business.
That's true.
She didn't mean that.
That's true. But this is the truth because that's more like makeup. This is literally removing the tumor, pain. So, what I want to say is, I was abused, went through literally torture, but Swamiji have healed me.
So beautiful.
That is the signs of completion. I have the memory, but I don't have that pain, the depth of, yeah, do you want me to see him go through what he went? Yes, I would like him to go through what he will get, the karma, because I do want him to be in the society and abuse other women like this. I take advantage because it's a life in him, it's a blood in him. He cannot come out of it. He had that even with Avatar. In the presence of Swamiji, an enlightened master, he could not come out. In fact, he went and attacked Swamiji.
Yes.
So it is a demonic thing, it's already in him. So anyway, for others who I'm so curious, who am I talking about? It's about Douglas McKellar, who lives in Blossom Hill, San Jose, my ex-husband, who kicked me out of the house just because I want to practice my religion, Hinduism. And he knows. He met me with his guru, introduced me to me. And after that he had to abuse me. And telling a guru having affair with a guru. How he is making other non Hindus who's practicing and living Hindu now. These are the people who makes others feel bad, ma. So this is why you people like you losing privileges when you come to India, going to the temple, because fellows like this.
Oh my.
You understand now?
Yes.
They, in the name of Hinduism, they say, I'm a Hindu, I'm practicing Hindu, I have a guru. But what they do, they destroy Hinduism.
And these are the people that make it hard for us, huh?
You understand now?
Yeah.
These are the fellows. They are the fellows who need to be questioned. But who's paying the price? You and Swamiji. We. Swamiji is paying the price for everything.
Well, we were talking about that before, Ma, and those of you who are listening, about what Swamiji is doing, the life that he's given us. We are in Kavi. Ma Nitya Prabhananda is a Swami. She's a Swami, a female. I'm a Sanyasi. I'm a female. And this, as I understand, you were telling me, is not a common, it's not traditional in India, is it? To see
No,
the female
orthodoxly,
body?
mostly men are sannyasis. Many spiritual organizations, very few, they even acknowledge women and they give kavi and call them as a Swami. Very, very handful and few. Swamiji, I would say Swami is the one and only who's giving to the as many biggest, largest group, I would think, as a female.
And
also
and
equally, the as per agama, he doesn't really stop just with what society say. Let me go with it. You know how Swamiji gave this Gayatri initiation.
yes, ma'am.
Even
Yes.
that was questioned. Why female are having that?
That I remember.
But Swamiji
that
said,
some
no,
were
look at the
questioning that.
deities, Devis, they had that.
Yes.
Because he is very clear, we are divine beings in human form.
Yes, yes.
And Swamiji is constantly only reviving. He's not creating anything new, plucking from the
No.
air and telling.
And this is why it's so easy for me to be a disciple of Swamiji and to follow him, not just because I know who he is, an avatar, Mahasadashiva himself, who's come to return us to our divine state. But it's so easy to follow Swamiji's teachings because I know that there's always a reference back to the original traditional scripture for everything that he
Everything,
teaches.
even
So
for yoga moves,
yes, ma,
yoga,
everything.
asanas, there's a reference where
So I never have to
Sadashiva-
wonder. I always know that if I go back and look and I research, that I'll find there the reference to the teaching that he's given.
And he himself gives the reference.
Yes. And the other thing that I love that Swamiji always says, he says, I don't need your belief. I don't need your concentration. I don't need your belief. I don't need your, your visualization or whatever. Your whatever. He says, I don't need that because this is scientific. It's
Correct.
going to work and it's
He doesn't need
it's
our faith.
reproducible.
Yes, yeah.
Your faith. I don't need your faith and your belief and
All he asks is be in integrity
Yes,
with your life.
yes.
Integrity, that's all.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see, now there's another question to the
oh
list.
God, okay,
because-
let's skip that question, the last question for today,
Yeah.
and we can continue again tomorrow.
Okay, Ma. Okay, shall we end now?
No, you have one question.
one more
well,
question.
well, we put the question and then we continue that question tomorrow. The
Yeah.
answer.
Okay, so the question, well, I can't wait. I can't hold the one that just got added. The one that just got added that we're going to have to talk about is how and when you became a Swami. And what exactly does that mean? Because I'm very curious about that.
Seriously.
I really want to know about that.
So, to everybody's information, Ma Katrananda here is asking me spontaneously. It is not
Yes.
prescript
No,
or planned,
no, no.
or she did not even give me to think about it. But it's a very powerful, very nice question, Ma. When I first received at least this Poorna Sanyasi initiation, I really really felt a newly born life. In that, there is a ritual where we do the last rites for dead people. Hinduism has rituals for that. Swamiji literally did the ritual for us in that water in the Vaidyasarovar.
Oh my gosh.
And we
Ma.
took a dip. When I came out of that dip and got the initiation, it really felt the liberation. God, I feel like I'm out of all this societal conditioning and demand, and I am completely different. One, it's just, I felt the whole negativities, everything was just took away from me.
Dropped away.
Oh my God,
Oh my
what
gosh,
liberation.
powerful. Wow.
That's just
So powerful.
I still think happening of Swamiji in my life is the best thing. The right next to it, I would say, Sanyas is the ultimate.
Wow. Wow. So still there's more questions, but that's a powerful ending and something to give our viewers to chew on, to
Okay.
think about until we come back and finish up the talking about you becoming a Swami
Okay.
and what that means. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma. Okay.
Nityananda.
Nityanandam. Be blissful.